Hey guys, it's me again with another custom toy. We're dipping back into 6-inch with one of my sort of earlier in-depth customs, Grifter. Now, I'll be the first to admit I'm not the hugest, I wouldn't say fan exactly of Grifter. I know who he is, I know his stuff, but I haven't read all his comics and all that jazz. My first main exposure to him was in Flashpoint Paradox, I think it was. The animated DC movie. It was pretty sweet. And he was a pretty freaking cool character in that film. So that kind of got me a little more hooked on him, I'd say. Yeah, so I used a Marvel Legends Starlord as a base. I got a Gambit head sculpt from Casting Cave, because it's got the hair that I'm looking for. And I opted to use a cloth mask, because that way it gets a little bit more flex and that kind of thing when posing them, which can be pretty nice. I know a lot of people have done different ones where they used a sculpted mask, but I just tried something a little bit different. I used some cotton from an old shirt or something like that, actually. I'll do a little bit of a turnaround here. Starlord's guns are pretty freaking perfect for Grifters, because he's got some signature pistols and they fit the bill pretty darn good. I used some pouches on him. You can see on his legs from a 3 3/4 G.I. Joe Cobra pilot figure that I had. He had this attachment that had like a parachute on it, a reserve chute, and then just ammo pouches and that kind of thing. But I think they work pretty well for this application. His vest, he's got a bulletproof vest on there. That is from a NECA Sam Fisher figure, which is a little bit harder to come by these days. I've had that figure for quite a while, so I use what I get, you know. So anyway, he's got a pistol here too. It's a NECA pistol. It's a 45 from their Ultimate Sarah Connor figure. It's a pretty nice little piece here. And the holster is a McFarlane piece. It's from one of his military figures. They can be a little expensive to get these days, like usual. This is an older one that I had kicking around. So they're great for cutting pouches off of and holsters and that kind of thing, because awesome sculpting, awesome painting, but this way you can put it on something that actually has articulation, which is cool. Yeah, he's got his long coat. Did a little bit of dry brush to it to make it a little bit dirty, give her some detail. Honestly, he was pretty simple to put together. The hardest part, or not really hardest, but the part I was worried the most about was his mask, because where I was using cloth, I had to figure out a way to get the detail on there. But I just used some paint, some Sharpie, and it came together pretty good. I believe this actually was a white shirt too, so I painted that. I used some diluted paint wash, changed the color of it, and yeah, it works. I'm going to be doing up his Bulletbike at some point. Now this is an older piece. I found it on eBay for like $15 or something like that, but it's from an older, I think it was Toy Biz or something like that. Let's see if I can find a sticker on it or something. Playmates, because Playmates did some Wildcats figures and they did an older Grifter, so part of that was his motorcycle. So I'm going to paint it up, because I think it was actually gray or like silver or something like that. So I gotta do a little bit more research on it before I do it, but he'll have a pretty cool little ride when that's all done. I'm gonna fill and sand the screw holes and all that jazz too. But yeah, that'll look pretty sweet when it's all done together. So that is Grifter. Any questions? Anything? Just, let me know. I'll do what I can for you. All right. Thanks.